welcome to another episode of the Drama Surgery Podcast. In this episode, I'm covering a currently airing drama titled Call It Love, starring Kim Yong-kwang and Lee Sung-kyung. And this is a drama that, for me, I decided to cover this because it has actually impressed me by how much I have become invested in this drama. In the sense that when this drama first started airing, I didn't find it all that interesting. It just wasn't doing it for me, and so I stopped watching after episode 2. But then, I guess I have been in a drama drought recently, that really there isn't that many dramas that are airing currently, and out of those that are airing, there isn't that many that's that good. And so there isn't that much to watch these days. And so I was like, you know what? I'm bored and I need to watch something. So I chose to continue watching Call It Love. And actually, the drama got me hooked. I actually started to appreciate the drama for what it was trying to show. So that's why I was like, you know what? This is a drama that, I'm halfway through the drama. We are on, I think, episode 8 as of the time of this podcast airing. And so I thought it would be a good time to do a quick first 8 episodes review of the drama. In case anybody else was on the fence about this drama and, they're not sure of whether they should watch it or not, I will give you, the reason why you should watch this drama. It's actually very, very good. And I am shocked by how good Lee Sung-kyung is playing the character of Shin Woo-ju. She's so very different from weightlifting Kim Bok-chu that I'm actually shocked that she's this good of an actress, because honestly, she plays that, I don't know if I will call her depressed, but she's gone through a lot in life and it really shows on her face. So that was a nice surprise for me. I am actually enjoying her performance, and it's a little on the mellow side, in the sense that there isn't that many exciting things happen, but I guess in a way we're supposed to, enjoy the romance and the love and the healing that's developing as a result of, their relationship. And that's, I guess, why this drama works, in that it's not a happy drama, in the sense that if I was Shin Woo-ju, I would definitely hate Dong-jin, because it's his mom that, seduces their dad and basically ruin their family, right? And so there is a sense of she should hate him, and that's the good thing about this drama. She's so relatable that I was like, yeah, I would hate him too, right? And it seems our whole aim is really to watch him crash and burn, but it's in the midst of this that she falls in love with him, because honestly he has gone through a lot as well. Because if you guys think about it well, and I guess this is what Shin Woo-ju also sees, in that Dong-jin, right, is the son of the mistress, right? Their father's mistress. Now, for them, the kids of the dad, right, in their own family, they, hate her, but she's not tied to them in any way, right? So yeah, she's a terrible person that has come through their life, and she's basically ruined everything that they hold dear. But at the end of the day, she's still an outsider. She's not part of the family in that sense. Whereas for Dong-jin, he's tied to this woman. She's literally his mother, right? And you have to think about it from his perspective. He has had to live with her, most likely, growing up, seeing her change husbands, seeing her be such a narcissist, because, oh my God, his mom is the biggest narcissist I have ever seen, right? And he has had to watch this woman basically ruin everything, and basically ruin his life, ruin his happiness, as time goes on. And so this lack of trust, lack of, feeling, and he almost seems like he's giving up on life in a sense. And I will blame his mother for that, because there's a sense of it's her fault of just being a terrible person that has caused this change in his life, and this, his taciturn personality, his personality that almost gives up without even trying, right? And Shin Woo-ju finds this very frustrating, right? She's always like, why won't you speak, or why won't you fight back? She's always, making those comments, and she comes to understand that honestly he's actually very vulnerable, and it's this vulnerability and this, goodness that she can see in him, right? Because there's a moment where she goes to the real estate office and she tells them to let him know that he doesn't need to pay for anything that his mom has done. And there she makes a side comment that she knows that if she asks, he will do it, he will pay. And so she's trying to save him from himself, in a sense, right? Because she can tell that his mom has been a burden to him all his life. And his mom is truly like, she's truly one of the worst parents I've ever seen. Worst personalities ever, just in the blatant shamelessness she has. Like, how can you steal someone's husband, steal everything they have, and then knowing that their dad left a will that, basically bequeathed them the house, you steal that too and hide it away because you know that the dad had maybe a little bit of conscience while he was dying and decided to give his property to his kids. And you know that, and you basically still steal that. Like, how much of a bad person can you be? Like, I've never seen such a terrible character. She's genuinely a terrible person. And Shimuju and her family kind of has to deal with this and deal with such a woman that you've never seen a kind of character like this before. Like, this is a character you avoid at all costs. And so Dongjin being related to her is actually his biggest flaw. Not that he has a flaw, or I guess it's not flaw, I'm trying to, that's not the correct word I should probably use, but you understand what I mean. Like, that's his biggest, the biggest source of his abuse, I would say, because she is abusive in that sense. Like, narcissistic people are in no way good parents. They are in no way good people, right? And I'm sure growing up, like, he's had to deal with so many things. And I guess one of the only people that has ever been on his side is the character of his uncle. And I don't know if that's his uncle, like, because like in Korea, they say uncle, but they could really mean like a stranger that you're just close with, right? That's a guy, like an older guy. And I think it's somebody that his mom had a relationship with, possibly one of her previous husbands, right? That, I guess of all the men that our mom has been with, that's the one person he's bonded to, right? And so they have that relationship that's close, but because maybe they are not really related in that sense, that when the mom breaks up with the uncle, it ruins the relationship that Dongjin could have with the uncle as well. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, the mom has probably done that a bunch of times, that she just ruined possible relationships that Dongjin could have with people just by a level of flightiness, right? She's such a flighty person and such a gold digger. I don't want to use that word because that's very sexist, but genuinely that is what she is. And I'm glad to have the character of the uncle, because I find it interesting that in an ideal world, if the mom was saner, right, that's somebody that Dongjin would have been able to call his dad in a way, right? And the mom just doesn't let it happen. And so that's something about this drama that I came to enjoy. Like, the relationship that they are kind of building, right, is very interesting to see. It's very nice to watch, because it's almost reluctant on the part of Shimuju. She doesn't want to fall in love with him because he is the son of that person that they all hate, that person that kicked them out of their house, that person that stole their dad, made them homeless, right? She would definitely not have chosen him as a, love interest if she had a choice. But somehow, just like we see just how good of a person Dongjin is, Shimuju also sees this and falls in love. But I also want to talk about the other side characters. Really, in particular, I want to talk about the character of Dongjin's rival. So there's this guy that obviously Dongjin and his partner worked with before they went and started their own business, right? And when I first started watching this drama, so when I first watched episode 1 and 2, I assumed immediately that it was going to be a very cliched route that they would take all the characters. And I guess that's my fault in that, like, I am biased like that. But I guess I did not give this drama a chance because I expected things to go, in accordance to what was in my head, right? So, for example, the character of Dongjin's rival, right? The rival company that, he's basically trying to shut down Dongjin's company. And Dongjin is, in a way, at the beginning kind of letting him. But that character turned out to be more interesting. Like, and a lot of people would disagree with this because he's still doing bad things, but they actually give his character such depth that I'm actually impressed with this drama. So at first I was like, okay, maybe it's just ego, because usually in dramas, when somebody is a terrible person, like when somebody is an asshole to the main character, you just assume like it's ego, and usually it is ego, right? They just want to mess with that person, right? And so in that way they piss off the audience and we all root for their demise and their destruction. But in this drama, it takes it in a different way that I actually come to pity the character of the rival. So we find out that actually, and I mean, if you've not watched this drama till episode 8, you should click off because I'm about to spoil something. Although, I mean, it's not that big of a spoiler in that it doesn't happen to our main characters. But actually, for the rival of the other company, he lost his wife the night he was begging Dongjin. And that's basically why he's so keen on making sure Dongjin's company fails, right? Because it's almost personal that, it's that one moment in life that he regrets, that one moment where he actually put down his pride, put down his ego, and begged Dongjin to not, leave, to not take all his employees with him. That was the night that his wife, called him, and I think he wasn't responding or something like that, right? And that was the moment that she died, right? And so it's that pain and that regret, that embarrassment, that everything that just compounds and why he hates Dongjin so much. And that was it was fantastic to me because I wasn't expecting that, and it made his character more humane. They show such vulnerability for the other characters, even the villain character, that I'm impressed, because even the scene where he sits, in the hospital chair as, Shimbuju is being tended to because he has hit her with a bottle or something like that, he actually shows remorse. He actually shows guilt for what he has done. He understands that it's not a good thing he has done, and that shows that deep down he's not a terrible person. And I found that interesting, and I also liked Dongjin's reaction to all these things that are happening to him, because he's basically losing all his sponsors, and Dongjin's ex-girlfriend has basically committed, I don't know, that has to be like some kind of crime to, like, well, maybe not, but like it's kind of a shitty thing to do, to offer to be an investor and then pull out at the last minute. But she does that, right? And some guy is telling Dongjin about it, and Dongjin actually tells the guy that's, hoping that obviously Dongjin will be happy about this development that, his rival is basically a sinking ship. But Dongjin actually says it that, at this point he just wishes him well as well, because Dongjin at the core of his heart is a good person, and so he doesn't ever wish bad for people. And that's something I like about this drama, that everybody is humane in some way, right? Even his ex-girlfriend. A lot of people don't understand her point of view, but I actually understood where she was coming from, in that she was very insecure in the relationship, and unfortunately a relationship that's not built on communication. And let's be honest, Dongjin has serious communication issues. Like, he has serious issues in that sense, right? And she can't know that it's because of his past traumas, like say with his mom and stuff like that he is not willing to rush into marriage, right? She can't know that. And so because they are not willing to communicate, she also starts doubting that he wants to marry her. But he did want to marry her. But again, they are not communicating well enough, right? And so that's kind of what fractured their relationship. So it's not like she's a terrible person, but I mean, they just weren't going to work, because Dongjin was in a different mind space at that time, and she was, also in a different, like, they were communicating on different frequencies, unfortunately, right? And I mean, I don't excuse what she's done. Obviously, cheating on him is terrible, and she should have ended it the minute she thought that she was interested in someone else. But I can still see her point of view, and that relatability about this drama is quite good. Like, I haven't seen this kind of drama since My Liberation Notes and My Mister. This drama is on par with those. It's on par in the sense that, like, you're seeing things from a very humane point of view, right? It's not much fanfare in things happening, but it's still very good writing, still very good plot, and you're still kind of hooked onto the little things that are happening, like the little everyday actions that the characters are taking towards each other. It's very beautiful, and I really like it. And I praise the acting, I praise the performance in this. Some actresses you will never expect that they will be this good. Lee Sung-kyung is a model, right? And she's acted before, but she's always played kind of light characters. I would never have thought she would be this good, but she is excellent. The other person that I've thought about that, like, oh my god, that's a fantastic actress, is actually, ironically, Annie Yeon, who, EXID's Hani. And she's also in this drama, which is ironic because I remember watching Idol the Cool and thinking, oh my god, this girl is a fantastic actress. And she shows that again in this drama. Like I'm actually looking forward to her acting career, right? She's very good, and I like her face, I guess. She's very pretty. And I'm just taken by her, honestly, in this drama. She's doing very well. Then I also want to mention another relationship in this drama. So the relationship of Shimuju's sister and, her boyfriend. That's another relationship that made me realize just how good the writer of this drama is. Because like I said, the writer is very good in making people do shitty things, but still making them relatable. Right? So the female lead's sister's boyfriend is a great example of a character that he's doing something that is wrong, but he doesn't, he just has no maturity to know that he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. So when the female lead's sister tells her boyfriend that, she's been using drugs, she opens up to him and, really pours her heart out, right, about things that she's been going through and, her feelings and everything. He goes behind her back and tells his friend, not because he is being malicious, but because he just has the emotional maturity of a teenager, right? Of a toddler. He doesn't understand why that would be something he would keep a secret. And that doesn't make him a bad person. But in that situation, it turned into an asshole in the sense that it's not something he should have told somebody else. And so when our female lead's sister is crying about it, right, to their friend, I understand her point of view, but I also see how he could have been lackadaisical about it. He doesn't understand why that should be something he would have kept between just the two of them, right? And it's really the fact that he doesn't understand that's the problem. I mean, and obviously in real life, maybe she should have communicated with him and, explain why this is something she would want a secret. And if he had broken that trust, then maybe definitely the relationship is over. But I feel like he just does not understand why it's not something you tell people, right? And that's the problem with his character. So his character is kind of douchey in he will say some things that are kind of offhandedly an insult, oh, you're old, that's why you don't know how what this means or something like that. But also he's not without emotion, he's not without feelings. He really feels for her, but at the same time he's like a child, right? And so that's why I think their relationship does not work. And so that's another character that I would say very interesting, because again, he's not just one-dimensional dick, right? He's not just that one-dimensional dick boyfriend that, kind of pushes the female lead's sister into the hands of, the best friend. That's not the character he's playing in that sense, that they're giving him more depth why it's not working out. It's not because he's a terrible, terrible person. He just isn't ready for a mature relationship. And again, she's older than him, although that's not an excuse, honestly, because again, the best friend is also older than her. But yeah, it's things like this that makes this drama so worth watching. So if you haven't checked this drama out before, if you're oh, I'm not sure, it doesn't look interesting, please give it a shot. Especially if you like My Mister, this is a drama that might be for you. So give it a shot, because honestly, you won't regret it. I think it's a really good drama, actually. It's very good. And so yeah, that's my review of episodes 1 to 8 of Call It Love. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.